Finland Explained reacted by a Finnish person. So as a Finn, I'm gonna let you know how accurate this is.
Finland, the land of 188,000 lakes, advanced bear repellent techniques, warm and cozy sleeping conditions, civilized sports.
Oh my god, bro.
Stable politics.
Finnish pizza shots every. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Surely.
Informative instructional videos, a terrifying military.
Yeah. Legendary Finnish video about how to open a door. Learn from the Finnish people how to open a door. We make all the important videos on YouTube. Not allowed on YouTube. Uncensored version is on my Patreon. Okay. A Finnish video is something that's not allowed on YouTube. Makes actually complete sense.
Just dormitories. Inmates come and go in their own cars.
Multi-purpose invention.
Yeah, that's even crazy to me. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing, but like, even for me, that sounds crazy. And I'm from Finland. Also, these licorice pipes, gold, they are really good. And it's fun to like, if you're like, let's say there's a party. We had this school event where we were dressed like it was 1920s. And I bought a bunch of these. It was super fun, so no pun intended.
Scenery. Lucrative.
Come on. Otherwise accurate, but I would say like if you go to northern Finland, like Lapland, then it's a lot more hills, a lot more like natural forest instead of this man-grown forest. Then if you go more south, it has a lot more birch forest and not spruce or oak. So sorry for being the guy who ruins all the jokes. I promise you I'm fun at parties. But this is not accurate enough for me to accept this without saying something. So there you go.
Lucrative hustle opportunities and €10 beers.
You know, there's always people that likes to come and collect all the bottles that they can then recycle and make some money that way. I would never do it, but you know, I respect the hustle.
Which aren't even full pints. You also can't buy alcohol in a shop after 9 p.m.
True.
You can't go to pubs or clubs if you're under the age of 20. And you can't get any spirits if you're under 22. Extremely strict alcohol.
All of that is true and very sad. It's becoming less and less strict as time goes on, like all the time. I think it's a good thing. The more you have restrictions, the more there's gonna be people with alcohol problems. For some reason.
Alcohol laws here. Makes you wonder how Finns manage to be some of the most lathered, obliterated, drunk people in the world. Yeah, all Scandinavian countries kind of see Finns as their insane redneck alcoholic neighbors. A perfect example of this is the show Dudesons, a group of...
Yeah, it is accurate though. It is 100% accurate. Anyways.
Stuntmen who created one of my favorite childhood shows. Probably most
dude,
of which I
songs are
can't even
awesome.
show on this platform, but I'd highly recommend it if you're trying to get a grasp on Finnish culture. The names of these guys were Jukka, Jarno, Jarpi, and Hannu, which is pretty funny.
Not awful pronunciation.
Funny because that's a relatively accurate representation of how the Finnish language sounds.
Okay, this one I have a problem with. This is 2 words. Epäjärjestelmällistyttämättömyydellänsä käänkö hän. So even with its disorganization right, nobody uses that word. Nobody ever uses that word. I mean, even in English, do you say even with its disorganization right? I have never heard anybody to actually use that word in a real sentence unless they're talking about that word being the longest or one of the longest words in Finnish language, if that makes sense. But since people want to hear it, I know some of you want to hear me try to say it, so here we go. Lentokone, suihku, turbiini, moottori, apumekaanikko, aliupseeri, oppilas. Not a difficult word, because just say it. That's all it is. Just say it. It's not that hard.
Turbiini, moottori, apumekaanikko, aliupseeri, oppilas, epäjärjestelmällistyttämättömyydellänsä käänkö hän.
Finnish is one of the Uralic languages, making it similar to Estonian and randomly Hungarian, which you'll be glad to know is an extremely easy language to learn.
Hungarian is how people would speak if they spoke in computer code.
The Finnish language originates from Siberians who crossed the Ural Mountains around 10,000 years ago. Some of them settled on Russia's western coastline, some of them formed a kingdom in Central Europe, and some of them settled on the eastern Baltic coastline.
Yeah.
This is one of the factors that really separates Finland from Scandinavia. By the way, if you call a Finn Scandinavian, they will...
We will get angry. No way, Jose, we are not Scandinavian at all. Let's continue the reaction and finish this video. Finish. You see what I did there? Please laugh.
or violently bludgeon your head off with an axe, which is pretty ironic since all the signs in Finland are also written in Swedish, and it's mandatory to learn Swedish in school.
Sadly, it is. I always hated to learn Swedish so much in school. I never understood why it was mandatory. And that's why I don't know how to speak Swedish. Like, my brain just refused to learn it because I never wanted to learn it. I never understood why I had to learn it. Okay, with half of these, I was gonna... Outside of the meatballs, I would say, like, yes, they are Swedish food, but us Finns, we do it better. I mean, if you're from Sweden watching this, I'm sorry, but like, that's just the facts. I'm not even lying, that's just the facts. We just do it better, you know? Like JC said in his song, you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song, so you made it a good food, we made it better food.
You guys can keep these. I don't...
This is our food, and if you have never tried it, you have no right to complain, you have no right to criticize it. This is the best thing ever. Chef's case. It's so good. I am a passionate Finnish person defending my home country.
I really want to claim that nasty shit, man. I went to both Helsinki and Tampere a couple weeks ago, and honestly, they were too clean. Suspiciously clean. I did not see one unironed...
Yeah, I live in Tampere, so yeah, I agree. They are clean for the most part. Okay, there's kind of a small amount of bikes, but outside of that, maybe this in early morning or something.
Shirt in Finland. I did not see one decaying building. I did not see one speck of uncleanliness in the whole country. It was a bit too tidy, you know. Made
You have to go to Oulu for that. I'm from Oulu originally, like that's my hometown, so...
me wonder...
Not this question.
Right, listen.
Not the conspiracy theory. This conspiracy theory is the funniest thing ever. And what's funniest about it, it was originally a joke on Reddit. And then some people actually took it seriously. Some, like, conspiracy people actually took it seriously and started to believe it.
Is not a real country. There is actually no landmass there at all. And the space between Sweden and Russia is actually open ocean. I would ask you to approach the evidence I put forward here with an open mind. Firstly, Gorbachev made trips to Japan months before the fall of the Soviet Union. They shared a common secret, a common asset that worked in both of their favors, and that asset was Finland. The necessity of Finland is quite simple. Japan can fish in the ocean between Sweden and Russia without worry for repercussions. After all, nobody's going to expect fishing regulations to be broken in a place where there's a so-called landmass. Will they? And in return, Russia gets a percentage of the fish to distribute amongst their population. The fish caught by the Japanese is then transported across Russia. That was the real reason of the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway, by the way, and then shipped from Vladivostok to Japan under the disguise of Nokia products. This is why Japan is the largest importer of Nokia products, despite the fact that very few people own Nokia phones in the country.
I'm Finnish. Yes, this audio. Who are they? I not exist.
You are actually West Russian or East Swedish, I'm sorry to tell you this. Helsinki is located in eastern Sweden. It's not like the people flying there would notice. And that's why every f***ing road sign and every bus stop and every train announcement, they always have to say the Swedish version. That's because it's in Sweden. What? What's the alternative? There are a bunch of riders that can't let go of the Swedish language, you know?
Whether it's real...
I mean, yes, that alternative choice is the facts. There's basically a political party in Finland that is only focusing on keeping Sweden as an official language and keep it mandatory in schools. That's all they care about. This conspiracy theory is so funny. It's probably the funniest conspiracy theory I've ever heard.
Or fake.
Ever.
Honestly, aside from downing hot dogs and steaming in saunas, there's not a whole lot to do in this country. Which leads me on to my final and main tip for anyone visiting Finland.
And facts.
Go to Estonia.
Well, this is the real facts why people go to Estonia for the cheaper beer. That's me.
Goodbye, Finland.
God bless, man.
The Finnish long drink, the saving grace. The best thing about Finland after sauna and after salmiakki. And ruisleipä. Let's not forget ruisleipä. And Karjala Pirkka. Fuck off Geopold. Karjala Pirkka as well. We put that there as well.
That's Estonia, you know.
That was Finland Explained by Geopold. Go follow Geopold. Go watch the original video if you're interested. I'll put the link in the description on the YouTube video. Mostly pretty accurate. Some things I feel like I got a bit too much cold out there. Mostly pretty accurate.
Te surkein nippu ikinä, mut mä helvetin varma oon. Vielä mä susta teen miehen.